Hello everyone, this is BattlePhoenix here, and today this is going to be another pickup video for the month of May, which is awesome. And now I was originally planning to wear my latest costume that I have, which is George Harrison from the Beatles of that album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but unfortunately one of the buttons fell off and I needed to fix it, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just throw on a Beatles t-shirt, and there you go, that counts, right? And as you know, the anime feature on my channel is now finished, so, you know, that's pretty awesome. I actually had a lot of fun doing that, because I really wanted to do something different just for, like, shits and giggles, and that was one thing I wanted to do. And I know not everyone on my channel is, like, you know, really into anime, and, you know, that's completely fine. I totally understand that, but it was just something I wanted to do, even though I did lose a couple subscribers, but, it's not the end of the world. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get into the pickup video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is some PC games I found at a thrift store, and this one here is The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I really like the Elder Scrolls games. I've actually played this one on PC like a couple of years ago. It's a lot of fun. Definitely, it was actually the first like Elder Scrolls game I've ever played, which is pretty interesting. So that's, you know, this is the one that got me into liking the series. So yeah. It's a really fun game, even though I mostly played the one on the PS3 though, but definitely, you know, PC version is definitely the best one. Then over here is Rome Total War, which is a tactical strategy RPG. Well, not RPG, it's a real-time strategy game, and it's a pretty cool game. I've never played this one, but I have played one Total War game before. I believe it was Shogun Total War, and that one was really cool. This one is just like, I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing, but just in a Rome setting, which is pretty cool, so, you know, can't go wrong there. But yeah, these games are pretty fun though. I really like them. And then this one right here is a really old PC game that's actually on floppy disks, and that is Treasure Mountain. Yeah, it's a really old PC game, but I've never played this one, but I have, I knew about it for quite a while. In fact, someone I'm subscribed to did a video on it some time ago, and his channel is the Heavy Metal Gamer Show. I believe he did one on this one, or if it was something that's very similar to it, I can't remember exactly, but it was something in the same series though. I do know that for a fact, but yeah, so this game, it's a learning game, and it's not like, you know, like stupid, like baby shit kind of thing. It's like, you know, it's actually like a pretty fun learning game, much like Number Munchers and whatnot. Because you have to admit, for a math game, that game fucking rocks. But yeah, I'm not trying to do an unboxing here, but I just want to show you one thing that's cool. That it comes with like a big map, and it kind of looks almost like a comic book thing. Almost, yeah, it's almost like a comic book. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I just wanted to show that off real quick, but yeah, no, this game, it's, like I said, I haven't really played it, but it is something that does look like it's a lot of fun for a learning game. And yeah, and to believe it, I got this and the two other ones for like $4 each, so hey, that's awesome. Alright, so now we're going to move on to other things, and this game right here is a Super Nintendo game. The only one I got for this month, but I mean, hey, it's a fucking awesome game, and that is Super Valis 4, which is a part of the Valis series, which is mostly on Sega Genesis, but this is the one that was on Super Nintendo. And yeah, and it does have like a number here, which is kind of dumb, and then there's like the sticker on the back, and yeah, the condition of it isn't like the greatest thing ever, but oh well, the game works, so, you know, I'm happy with that. But yeah, the Valis games are really fucking cool. I really like them. I really like the main character you use. I like the graphics. The music is awesome. And, you know, the fact that it's published by Atlus, that usually means it's a good thing, because, you know, they're fucking awesome. And I would really like to get into more of the Valis games, but I haven't seen them around though, but I would really like to get them on the Genesis though. And as for the price I paid for it, I paid like $30 for it, which I know some people may say that's kind of a lot, but for me, I think that's actually an alright price, considering that this is a game I like never see at all in the wild. In fact, I've never even seen this game like never before. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen it in person. But yeah, like I said though, I'm actually happy with it because, you know, it's a game that's like really good and it's definitely a lot of fun. It's also very overlooked too, but I do recommend people to go check this series out though. It's definitely awesome. Then over here we got a classic NES game. There's only 2 NES games I got, but they're really good. And this one is Ninja Gaiden, or Ninja Gaiden if you want to be like, just to be funny. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden, definitely a classic game, of course. It's like one of my favorite NES games, and it's also one of my favorite games from Tecmo, which is awesome. So yeah, it's brutally hard. I can never get past fucking 6-2, I think it is. Yeah, like the one where it's like, you have to jump onto that one platform and like there's like a clusterfuck of like guys right there and a bunch of like birds and shit flying at you. Yeah, I can't remember exactly the layout of it, but yeah, I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, though, this game's awesome, definitely a classic, and I've only paid, like, believe it or not, I got this game for free, and you're probably wondering how, and that's because I traded in some double games that I found at the thrift store. At the same time when I found the PC games, I found some double games of PS1 games I already had, but, since because I don't really feel like getting double games, I wanted to trade them in, and I ended up getting this one for free from that, so, hey, awesome. This NES game right here is one that I consider to be kind of hidden in a way, because it's not one that gets talked about a hell lot, and that is Journey to Soloist, which is a Sunsoft game, and well, as you know, Sunsoft makes awesome music. And speaking of the music in this game is fucking awesome. It sounds very metal for some reason. I don't know why. It just has a very metal vibe from it. But either way, though, this game's really cool. It kind of plays like Mega Man, and it's like really hard. Well, of course, Mega Man is fucking hard for me, but yeah, no, seriously, this game is pretty fucking difficult. And interesting enough, this game was originally supposed to be a Terminator game, but they couldn't get the rights to it, so instead they just made their own thing with it. Interesting though, because this actually could have been a good licensed movie game, because as you know, the Terminator games on the NES are not really all that good, so this one could have been a good game, for like a good licensed game, because it is a really good game on its own. And I paid like $25 for it. I'd say it's not bad. It's not a game I see around too often. And then right here, we have a Dreamcast game. Yeah, I finally found some Dreamcast games for once. Well, at least one Dreamcast game. And that is Makken X, which is, a game that was made by Atlus but published by Sega. And it looks very Shin Megami Tensei-like, which is very cool, because, I really like the art style for those games. Yeah, it has everything, even though the manual's in pretty shitty shape, because as soon as you open it, it just falls apart. But it is all together in there, which is, at least that's important to me. But yeah, this seems really cool. You'd think it would be like an RPG because, it looks very Shin Megami Tensei-like, but it's actually a first-person action game. Like instead of well, it's not really like a first-person shooter because you don't really use a gun, you use a sword. So it's almost kind of like Red Steel, but without the motion controls, and this one's actually really good, where Red Steel 1 kind of sucks, and Red Steel 2 is actually pretty good, so at least there's that. But, seriously though, this game's a really good game. Not many people talk about it, and I think it is, and it's also not a very expensive game either. I paid, $18 for it, so, that's really cool. Because, I was expecting this game to be a lot more, because, a lot of Atlus games do happen to cost quite a bit, at least over the years. Especially if one on the Dreamcast, too. But yeah, seriously though, really good game. Alright, and this next game right here is one that gets a lot of controversy from last year. Well, I don't mean controversy as in, it has, a lot of inappropriate shit. I mean, the game got a lot of fucking hate. And that is Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Yeah, I paid for, $5 for this game, because the game, came out last year, and it, dropped, drastically, because a lot of people were telling me, saying that this game was, complete shit, or how it's, the worst game they ever played in 2014. And, well, personally, from what I've played of it, because I've only played very little of it, and I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say it is. I mean, okay, yeah, for a Ninja Gaiden game, obviously, it's not the best thing ever, and of course, I prefer the classic one by a hell lot, but, for what this has to offer, and considering it's not made by Tecmo, it's actually made by Spark, and, well, Spark made a very shitty game known as a Turning Point, but as for the point of this, though, I do think it's an okay game. I mean, there isn't, the only issue I've ever realized with it was that the camera is kind of dumb, and also the one weird thing happened where it's like I was like trying to like jump off to a wall, but I fucked up, but then the whole screen went black and it like didn't come back, which is kind of like irritated me. But other than that though, the game actually does play okay. I mean, I don't know. Either way though, I think this is kind of like the Duke Nukem Forever of like Ninja Gaiden games, but that's just my personal opinion. But I mean, let's be real here. Do you really think this game is worse than the Duck Dynasty game? Because at least this qualifies as a fucking game. Okay, now we're gonna go to another PS3 game, and this is one I'm pretty sure most of us can agree is definitely awesome, and that is The King of Fighters 13. Oh man, I've been trying to look for this game for quite some time, because I've never been able to see it around at all. Yeah, it is complete, just by the way. And this game, yeah, like I said, I hardly ever see it. I saw it like once brand new, but I didn't get it, because I think like, maybe I'll just get it whenever, like, some other time, because, you know, I'm not really in a fighting mood right now. And then, like, until after that, never saw it again. But until now, and I got it for like $20, which is, I was like, oh fuck man, I have to jump on that, because this game online is actually going up there, which is unfortunate, because, as you know, well, if you don't know already, I think the King of Fighters games are definitely one of my favorite fighting games. It's just, a lot of them are really hard to get, because a lot of them are either really expensive, or they're just really hard to come by. Either one of the two, or even both. But seriously though, this one is definitely one of the best King of Fighters games. I highly recommend people to get it if you can, because this one is definitely awesome. Definitely not disappointing at all, and it's definitely better than 12, because by the way, 12 fucking sucked. But yeah, as for this one, definitely fucking kick ass. Alright, so now we're going to get into the 2 Wii games that I got, and these 2 Wii games are Battalion Wars 2 on the Wii, and it is complete. And this game, I haven't really tried it out, so of course I can't really say too much about it, but what I can say is that I think it's a spin-off to the Advance Wars games, you know, the games that are for like Game Boy Advance and the DS, and you know, they're tactical strategy games and whatnot, and they're actually really fun. But this one, I believe it's a spin-off where it's more like real-time, and it's kind of like, you know, like StarCraft, but you know, without the StarCraft. But anyways though, yeah, so this game looks really cool, and this is the second one. The first one's on the GameCube. I would like to get that one too at some point, and I paid like freaking like $8, so I was like, hey, why not? That's fucking cool. But yeah, it was definitely a series I do want to try, if I believe this can be considered as its own series, because I have played the Advance Wars games, and those games fucking rock. And this is a Wii game that I was not expecting to get it so soon, because this game is getting up there in price, or at least is coming harder to find for some whatever reason, and that is Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And I got this at GameStop for like $40, and I thought like, wow, really? Like, GameStop is selling this for like $40? Yeah, it's complete, by the way. And yeah, normally I don't go there because, you know, usually I have like better stores to go to, but sometimes I'll go in there just to, like, you know, take a quick peek, and, you know, I found this, and I was like, oh shit, that's actually a really good price, because I know at the other store I go to, they're selling this for like $70, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh man, though. But no, seriously though, this game fucking kicks ass. Definitely one of the best Kirby games, and, you know, my favorite Kirby game was the one on the N64. Yeah, that one was like really good. I used to rent it all the time, but this one is probably just as good as that, maybe even be better, because, you know, it has 4-player co-op, which is awesome. So yeah, definitely like one of the best Kirby games, but unfortunately it is kind of getting a bit harder to find, because unfortunately Nintendo never did a reprint for God knows why. I really have no clue why they didn't do that, because, I mean, seriously, Kirby's like a very well-known game. It's like, they know it should have sold well. But anyways though, yeah, seriously though, this game's really good. Alright, so now for the second last game that I got, and this is one that's pretty hard to come by, and it's on a system that I don't have many games for, and it's a classic series, and that is Resident Evil on the Sega Saturn. Now, a lot of people told me to get the Sega Saturn version, or at least a lot of people say that the Sega Saturn version is like really good because it has like the exclusive monster and like one new game mode, which is pretty cool. So it's like, that's pretty interesting. In fact, for a while, I didn't even know this game was even for the Sega Saturn. So yeah, you know, of course I wanted to get it because, you know, Resident Evil 1 is, I actually don't have any version of that game, but I have played it, and, well, it has the, like, the manual and the CD, it's complete, which is all well and good, even though the manual is in pretty shitty shape, but you know what, I ain't gonna complain, considering that I paid like $50 for it, and now some people say that's quite a lot for a game that isn't in the greatest condition, but I mean, hey, the game works, and not only that, but this game definitely goes up a lot higher than 50. Like, I usually see it for like 75, which is pretty crazy to think about, but yeah, seriously though, what can I say about Resident Evil? Resident Evil is a fucking classic game, like survival horror, and we're all pretty familiar with it, you know, with the Jill sandwich and whatnot. I mean, hey, definitely an awesome game, and I'm very happy to own this version of it too, because, well, I'm always happy to get Sega Saturn games, because it's a great system. Oh boy, the last game here is one I was very stoked about getting, because it's a game that I've wanted for quite some time but never been able to get it because it was either way too much or I just never seen it around. And this one is a PS1 game, and it is Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. I almost called it Innocent Sin for a second. But anyways, yeah, so this is Eternal Punishment on the PlayStation, and as you know, I'm a huge fan of Persona, and I've actually said in some of my videos that Persona 2 is like my favorite game in the series. Yeah, it is complete. It has the CD, the manual, and even has the bonus disc. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've said that in the past that the Persona 2 is like my favorite Persona game because I really like the feel to it. I like the dark setting. I really like the characters, and it just feels like a really good classic like dungeon crawler game, which is like really good. And it's also really challenging too. I love the music. I just love everything about it. It's definitely an amazing game. And in case you're wondering what you're probably thinking of what I have paid, how much I paid for it, I paid $90, which, well, as you know, 90 is quite a lot for a game like this, but I was willing to pay for that because, I mean, that's better than what I normally see it. I usually see it for at least, like, I don't know, like 120, and even that is, like, pushing it, but, yeah, as for 90, I was like, yeah, I can do that. I mean, definitely Persona 2 is an amazing game. I've played it on an emulator like before, and that's how I wanted to get it, because I was like, oh man, I'm really digging into this shit. Also, this was the first Persona game I ever played, so, you know, at least that's interesting to note, because someone, some people said that, that their favorite Persona game was Persona 2, so it's like, okay, I'll just start with that one, where, you know, usually nowadays, it's like, Persona 3 is like the breakout hit, and don't get me wrong, I fucking love Persona 3, but this one is definitely, like, my favorite, though, just because of just, you know, the dark feel to it and everything else I explained about it. So, yeah, fucking kick-ass, and I'm very happy to own this one now. Also, just one other thing is that I haven't been able to play it, like, ever since I got it, because I've been playing a lot of Lunar 2 lately, which, by the way, that game's also awesome and amazing, but, yeah, so I just wanted to play through that game first, and then whenever I'm done that, then I'll go back to playing Persona 2, well, at least, like, fully play through it. So, anyways, without further ado, that's all the pickup stuff that I got, and I'm very happy with it. I got a lot of stuff that I've always wanted to get, like, years ago, that I didn't think I'd be able to get, but I got them now, so I'm very thankful for that. I'm just very happy with everything I got. But before I do turn off this video real quick, is that I do want to explain something real quick that you may think is going to be a bit surprising, and that is that I'm going to be moving in July, which is kind of sucky because, you know, I have to move pretty far, but you know what, it'll be a good way because at least it'll be a fresh start, and you know what, I'm all up for that, so that's all good. So I guess I shouldn't say it's sucky, but you know, like, this whole familiar background that you're looking at is, like, not going to be here, and also because I'm going to be a bit busy with that, I'm probably, maybe not going to do a pickup video for June. I'll, like, probably when things get easier for me in July at the end, I probably might, like, combine, like, the 2 months, depending. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to tell you guys that, yeah, it's official, I'm moving, so, and now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, commenting.